Well, thank you, Leanne. Hundreds of people have gathered in Sandton City to raise awareness against gender-based violence. Activists want to bring business and this business district in particular to a standstill, saying it cannot be business as usual while women and children are being killed daily. Demonstrators are outside the Johannesburg Stock Exchange in the Sandton CBD. Activists are calling on big business to get involved in and help fund initiatives that are aimed at curbing violence against women and children. The protest is being led by Call to Action, a consortium representing more than 70 civil society groups. Several roads, including Maud, West, Rivonia and Gwen Lane, have been closed to traffic. Motorists are advised to avoid the area until 2 o'clock this afternoon. In Zimbabwe, thousands of people are expected to pay their respects to the late Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe today, and they'll view his body, which is lying in state at Harare's Rufaro Stadium. Mugabe's wife, Grace, and other family members are also expected to make their way to the stadium. The Mugabe family has requested for a private funeral for the 95-year-old who died at a Singapore hospital last week. For more on this story, we cross now to our reporter in Harare, Griselda Lewis. Griselda, good morning once again. So if you can just bring us up to speed with the latest, especially regarding the funeral arrangements. Are we any clearer as to whether the government and the family have managed to come to some form of agreement regarding those arrangements?
Well, Sakina, we're no clearer this morning on where the final resting place of the late former president of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe, will be. And just yesterday, as I indicated in our earlier crossing, there were talks between the country's current president, Emmerson Mnangagwa, and the family to try and come to some consensus, because the family had wanted him to be buried in his rural village of Kutama, while it seems the government wanted him buried here at Heroes Acre. So the body will arrive here, as you indicated, at the Rufaro Stadium here in the Harare city centre, again this morning for a second day of a public viewing where thousands of ordinary Zimbabweans are expected to gather here. What I've noticed here this morning is that there does seem to be a bit of a larger police contingent that has been deployed here due to a mini stampede that took place yesterday due to the high number of people who made their way here to pay their final respects. There's no indication at this stage exactly when the body will arrive for the second day of viewing, but we're expecting many people to start making their way here to the stadium. So they're really putting in all the measures in place to ensure that many people who yesterday moved from the stands, this is about a 35,000-seater stadium, many of the people moved from the stands to come to the area where I'm standing at the moment to try and get a first glimpse of the body of the later former elder statesman. So the Zimbabwean government at this stage trying to ensure that that does go off smooth on the second day. But we still don't know at this stage where the final resting place of the former elder statesman will be. We're waiting for the official confirmation from the Zimbabwean government or a release that will be sent out by the family. But it was indicated that they were requesting a private burial. But we do know that on Saturday, which is tomorrow, this is where dignitaries and other members of the diplomatic corps will be able to also pay their last respects.
Right, so that's our reporter Griselda Lewis speaking to us from the Rufaro Stadium in Harare, Zimbabwe, and the body of the former President Robert Mugabe lying in state there. It did yesterday, it will be done again today, and we'll cross to Griselda throughout the morning. Meanwhile,